Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome. Getting ready to invite a special guest on in. And as the title implies, over a decade of content creating here on YouTube. It's absolutely crazy. Over 10 years. Over 10 years. That is nuts. That is nuts to be able to be doing that. If you're in the chat, say hello, say what's up. Yeah, it's Sunday. It's Sunday, but I did want to kind of just kind of go over what it was like in 10 years creating content on YouTube, trying out different things, and I have a special guest coming on here shortly when he's available. I'll bring him on in. The idea is just to kind of go over like our experiences, right? So we're going to be sharing our experiences. We're going to be talking about the things that we've done, the things that we've tried, what's worked for us, what hasn't worked for us, cringe moments, mistakes that we've done, and all that good stuff. So giving him a moment here to pop on in when he's ready. But let me just tell people from the jump, being a creator here on YouTube is not an easy task. It's just not. And give me the thumbs up if you're ready, man. Thumbs down. Give him a moment. It's just funny seeing him on there, but Baby Yoda, what's up, man? What's going on? Happy 4th of July to you too, and to B-Tech. Yeah, definitely give shout outs to B-Tech, man. It's been on here for over a decade. Yeah, for sure. But be quite honest with everybody, as I was saying, let me finish my thought here, and then when the man of the hour is ready, we'll bring him in. But doing this for 10 years, over 10 years, actually. I've been doing this since 2011, and I swear he was doing it since 2011 too. But he'll know. He can look at his channel and see his channel birth date, and I'll tell him exactly when he started. Mine was January of 2011. And prior to that, I had a channel before that just epically failed beyond anything else. Hey, Magic Tech Review, what's going on, man? So yeah, when deciding, hey, I'm going to start a YouTube channel, what am I going to talk about on YouTube, and what types of things am I going to present? You kind of like sit and try to figure all these things out, and then when you start doing it, like my earliest videos are pretty cringe. I invite anybody to look back at any of them. I mentioned you in my latest video. Appreciate it. But yeah, like my early day videos, I've done videos and made videos so many different ways. I think my earliest videos, I shot and recorded videos from the Samsung Intercept. If you guys know what that phone is. Yeah, it's a pretty old phone, and it didn't have the best when it came to, obviously visuals and stuff like that. It wasn't all that great. Audio was was really bad. But I made do with what I had. Other than that, going from there, getting devices to review. At the time in my earlier days, I was literally doing custom ROMs. So I was like putting a custom ROM on a Samsung Intercept, which is absolutely crazy. It led on into unboxing videos, which is, as a matter of fact, that's how I was able to meet this guy.
Hello. How's it going?
What's up,
I have to reposition myself. 1 second, fellas. Hold on. How's it going, everybody? Hopefully everyone's having a good pre-4th of July Sunday, and welcome. Me and Tito had been talking about doing a collab stream for a minute now, and finally we are on air together on his channel. So thanks again for joining in. over
Yeah,
there like that.
man. I, I'm happy to have you here. Like I've been wanting so like I have another plan that I'm trying to put into effect, but the next collab live stream I want to do is going to be hard to pull off because it requires you, John from Magic Tech Review, Paul Tech. Yeah, it requires a lot of us to be on there, and it's going to be hard to get everyone's schedules to sync to just do that for like 1 hour. But it is a goal of mine.
Very true. I think it's possible, and I think mostly I think probably it would probably be better on a weekend basis, like a Saturday or Sunday, right? Obviously, because I know you guys, have your weekly jobs. I'm home for the next couple of weeks at least until my doctor says otherwise, I guess. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm definitely down.
Sure, man. Sure. So over 10 years, man, of doing this, like.
Yeah, so
what has it been like for you?
So yeah, I was kind of listening in on what you were saying. And sorry for the people. I didn't jump in right away. I was actually like finishing eating a quick lunch. You know what I mean? And I had just finished watching John's Magic Tech stream just a while ago. So shout out to him, right, as well. But yeah, man, actually, the first tech video that I posted was not on that specific YouTube channel. My YouTube channel. It was on my other YouTube channel, which I had. Hold on, let's see if I can find the exact date at least on it, so that we can look at that. But it was probably sometime in 2011, also possibly. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna have to actually go and look for the video. Let's see when I posted that video. If it's even still there, I might have deleted it. I might have deleted it. Who knows?
I have my fair share of deleted videos.
Yeah, and the reason why I deleted it, or maybe I hid it from the channel, was just I might have hid it instead. But I think I guess here we go. It was 10 years ago that I posted this video, and the first unboxing. I actually let's see. It wasn't really an unboxing. I had the first tech video I ever posted was on a tablet that I think my dad ended up acquiring. And this probably had like Android, Android 1.0 or something on it at the time. The brand was called Pan Digital, and I don't know if, exactly.
I think I remember that name.
Yeah, it's a Pan Digital 7-inch Android it was like an e-reader. It wasn't even a tablet, but it did have like an earlier version of Android. So I was trying to get like apps on it, even at the time, Facebook and all those other apps were kind of in their infancy, right? But I was at least able to get like a browser working on there and whatnot. But this tablet didn't really have like the Play Store on it. But I posted a video in December of 2011. That video got like 3,000 views on that specific channel. And then the first phone that I ever actually did unbox was the LG Optimus Elite. Not the LG Optimus, but the LG Optimus Elite from Virgin Mobile. And again, on that channel. Let's see, on that channel, I posted that video on May 23rd of 2012. So I actually had, I decided after working on those few videos, I was like, hey, these videos are getting thousands of hits, or at least a couple thousands of hits. So myself, I was like, hey, if these videos that I just posted a month ago have already 1,000 views on it, maybe I can, keep this going. But at the time I was like, maybe I'll make another channel. Just because I was like, the channel that I had posted on originally was more of me playing video games and stuff like that. It was pre-gaming, before gaming was popular, I guess, but not really. But anyways, I posted it there and I was like, wow, it actually got hits. And then I was like, you know what? After extensively spending that summer of 2012, I had gotten my associate's degree spring of 2012. And I ended up taking about a year off from school. But during that time, I was just constantly watching YouTube, and I was just working. So I was working, watching YouTube, watching YouTube. And I was just watching, and I kind of obsessed over watching YouTube for a while. So back in the day, you remember watching guys like the YouTube channels Phone Dog, Phone Arena, Pocket Now. I mean, there was very few big tech review companies or channels out there at the time. So I was like, oh man, it's still kind of light, there's still not a lot of people doing this. So I was like, maybe I can do this. So, but I noticed right off the bat that they were only reviewing flagship devices. They were not reviewing, those lower end budget devices. So I thought to myself, well, hey, if I can get my hand at least on a few of these and start making videos, maybe I can get something going. So again, I started posting those. Again, LG Optimus Elite, and then the first video that I posted on my channel, which again, long time ago. I think it was like the Samsung Reverb. Again, which was like a Galaxy, but it was on Virgin Mobile, and I think at the time it was running like Ice Cream Sandwich or Jelly Bean, which Android 4.0 was actually, to me, that was like one of my favorite builds of Android back in the day. Android 4.0, anything in the Android 4.0 spectrum, I think it got up to like Jelly Bean or something, and then they upped it to Kit Kat or whatever. I think it got up to Android like 4.4 though, and then before they decided, oh, we're gonna just upgrade it to Android 5.0. So yeah, 10 plus years already, almost about my anniversary will be sometime in September this coming year. But either way, it's been definitely a ride, meeting a lot of again, other tech enthusiasts, not just local where I live, because I've actually met like a few people that actually watch my channel where I live. They're like, oh yeah, I've seen you on YouTube. I'm like, whoa, like at my job. I'm just like, oh wow, you know what I mean? Or like, hey, I recognize you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, we get to talking, and they're like, oh yeah, like I looked up this phone and I saw your channel and blah blah blah. I was like, oh wow, okay. So it's definitely shocking, and even though like channel growth isn't where I would like it to be, obviously, I think there was a point where I stopped making videos consistently, and I just kind of stopped, and I stopped doing anything like phone related for like a good like year and a half to 2 years almost. And again, that's another story for another time maybe. But in this case, like I just started doing it again, and maybe fall of 2017, I was just like, I'm just gonna start making videos again. I don't, right now, like I was just working, and I didn't have a lot of stuff going on at the time. I was going through a breakup, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna start making videos again, and I'm just gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, and since then I've just been kind of off and on. I mean, it hasn't been super consistent, but at the same time, like I've been probably pumping out more videos than I originally did back in like my earlier days. And yeah, here we are. So I mean, hey, and again, you're one of the early guys that I met and talked to. Not met, we haven't officially met, right? But even if we were to like hang out or chill in real life, I don't think it would be like much different.
Awkward.
Like it wouldn't be awkward. I'd be like, oh hey, what's up? Oh, what's going on?
Yeah, bro? It's been years, and the craziest thing is, and like with newer creators, I feel bad for newer creators on this one thing that you and I were able to take advantage of, and that was during our beginning years of YouTube, the partnership program didn't have a major requirement.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're able to start monetizing our videos when we were under 1,000 subscribers, just about 1,000. Yeah.
I think I had like less than 200 when I was monetizing. I think the only requirement is that you needed an AdSense account, and that was not hard to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that wasn't hard to get at all. And it's like today, it's like you gotta have 4,000 hour watch time, over 1,000 subscribers, and like I see everyone like really pushing towards it. But then again, I also feel like I understand why YouTube did it, and that's because a lot of people applied for the partnership program and then gave up on their channels. So
correct, yeah, and a lot of those YouTubers also were making content that wasn't very like, I guess, kid friendly. You know what I mean? So a lot of people actually ended up having to leave YouTube, or like just leave that, or they had to start making like other type of content or stuff that was a little more PG, I guess you would say, because again, a lot of the advertisers were kind of steering away from a lot of that stuff, so it's completely understandable. But yeah, we were lucky, I guess, we were there in the earlier days where like I didn't have to get that 1,000 subs.
Yeah, and it was a challenging ride. I think more or less now it's more challenging than what it was back then. And again, like you said, when you started, or when I was going through my stuff too, we were the guys really focusing on prepaid budget phones, and that was like our goal, was just like, hey, you know what, like you don't want to spend, and at that time it was crazy, flagships were like $500, so it's like, you don't want to spend 500 on a flagship, you can spend less than 100 on this phone. And today it's just like, oh man, budget phones are catching up to flagships.
Oh, yeah, I mean, back then, flagships versus those lower to mid-range devices were like, oceans away. I don't know how else to explain that.
Yeah.
But I was buying these budget phones like for most of the time less than $100, if I can be honest. Like, I mean, I would find them at Walmart or Target or Best Buy, and you would see this Virgin Mobile branded or Boost Mobile branded phone. And the cool part about it is a lot of the times you would see the same phone like on Boost and Virgin, or even like T-Mobile would have like their variants. So it doesn't matter which one you got; it all had the same specs. But at the same time, of course, you had to talk about like the little key differences from one carrier to the other, if there was any, right? Which a lot of the time it was just like apps and bloatware that was associated with that. Sometimes different versions of Android also, just depending. But I was like, I was so excited to go to Best Buy and just walk around and be like, hey, like I would bust my phone out and I would be like, okay, is there a video on this right already? If there was, I didn't even bother a lot of the times. Wow. But then which was weird because like, even if there was 2 or 3 videos, I would say like, oh no, I don't need to do a video on this. Some guy already has one up. But at the same time, I didn't think about it. I was like, hey, there's only 2 or 3 videos, on that. But if once you see someone that has like thousands of views on a video, it kind of deters you a little bit because you're like, oh man, like they're gonna go to this guy's video first. But at the same time, I guess I didn't have that mentality saying like, well, even then, like, I can give my own opinion, or I can just not pay attention to what this other person is doing and do my own thing. And that's something that kind of got away from me a little bit. Now I wouldn't. Yeah. Now I would just buy it, even if the phone's been out like a year or two. I mean, if you follow guys, like, I don't know if you followed that. His name's Ian's Tech. But he does like a lot of retro throwback videos on his, I don't know so much on his channel, it's more on his TikTok, right? But he does like a lot of videos where he's just like, oh, like this phone was from like 5 years ago, and like let's see how it does, right? And that stuff's still interesting to watch. You know what I mean?
It is. I wanted, see, that was the thing too, right? Like, I don't know, like I know we've tried things, right? I've tried a lot of things. There's even points where I was just like, you know what, I want to like incorporate so much into my channel, and it would backfire. Most of the time it would backfire just because people came for like the prepaid tech news, and lately in the last 3 years, Pixel news. But yeah, like I always wanted to do like throwback videos, and I kind of play with it to see how people feel. So I'll throw up something like, for those who didn't know, the Nexus 5X and the Nexus 4 came from this man. That's how I got it. and I still use them. I still play around with them, for nostalgic purposes. And I'm like, I throw a video up to see if it starts to gain traction. If it does, it will open the door of what I do have planned, which is to get retro phones from even beyond smartphone days, like going way, way back to like the Razors and the friggin' LG Rumor and all that stuff. But it just,
you know what? Even like like Android phones, like I remember my first smartphone was like the LG. It was like an LG phone. It was like one of those slider phones, but it didn't have Android. It just had some sort of it had a touchscreen. I don't remember what software
was
LG
it. The Rumor?
Using. It was the Rumor. Yeah, it was like the Rumor Touch 2 or something like that.
Yeah,
I think. And I love that phone.
One.
Yeah,
I always wanted that one.
Oh yeah,
I always wanted that phone. I had the first LG Rumor Touch. On Virgin Mobile, and then I think the one you got was the LG Rumor Touch Reflex. I think is what it was called.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't exactly remember that. But what's funny? I remember buying it off eBay. I don't even remember buying it like in store. I just remember buying it on eBay, and I think it was a used phone at the time, but it was like in really excellent condition. I got it for like $30 or $40, and I went ahead and like called Virgin Mobile back in the day. That's what you had to do, right? Because I don't think I was able to activate it through the online, since it was like since I don't know, I couldn't figure it out probably at the time. It wasn't as easy back in 2011, 2012. So I was just like, oh, let me give him a call, and I got it set up. I was like, oh yeah, here's the whatever number, the IMEI number, and we got it going. And I was put like on a $20 or $25 plan where like everything was unlimited, but back then it was like 2G data probably, or even 3G. I'm not 100% sure what, like, if that was even a 3G phone at the time, to be honest. But hey. Fun times.
Yeah, no, I think it was a 3G phone, because I know the first Rumor Touch was 3G, so then the Reflex had to be 3G also when it came out. But man, there was one of my favorite videos, and the reason why it sticks out so much to me, because I remember the day you released a video on YouTube, and I got the notification and I watched it, And after watching your video, I looked at my version of the same phone and was just like, mine sucks. Because like you got the LG Vault. You had the Virgin Mobile LG Vault, and Virgin Mobile's was white. And back then, white phones were sought after, and I'm looking at mine from Boost, like, man, mine's is boring.
Yours is like the boring black phone, but even though it does exactly all of the same things, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was just like, I remember my girlfriend, she was looking at me, she was like, you want the white one, don't you? Because like, for a lot of people who don't know, my girlfriend's my biggest fan, so much to the point that like, through everything I've done on YouTube, every phone that like I've unboxed, either she's helped me buy the phone or she's bought me the phone.
Yeah.
And so I was like, when she looked at me, she was like, you want the white one, don't you? I'm like, no, we're not switching to Virgin Mobile. I'm like, I'm not going through all that right now. I'll just look at his video when I want to see a white one. And like no bullshit. Pull your video up just to look at the white one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I definitely remember that phone, and surprisingly, I think it had at the time probably one of the highest like viewed counts on my channel. For a little bit, you know, but eventually some other videos will eventually surpassed it, right? But you know, I was just like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, I think that's pretty interesting. Now that you say that, you know, going back to white phones, because I remember when I first bought the Nexus 4, which you have there in your house somewhere. You know, not that specific phone, because that's not the original device I had, although that one is probably in great condition considering.
Oh yeah. It is
but they eventually, I bought, when it first came out, they only had a black edition, so I was like, oh, okay, but it looked awesome, like regardless. So I, you know, like a few months later, of course, you know, Google has to come out with a white variant, and I'm like, oh man, the one with the white back looks so good also, you know what I mean? And I'm like telling myself, why didn't I wait? You know what I mean? Which is funny, because, you know, at the time, you know, I think the iPhone 4 was its main competitor, right? And of course, iPhone had a white iPhone, and so a lot of people were like, oh, it's white, you know? But then, you know, a lot of people started kind of like, you know, they kind of started saying, oh yeah, you know, the white one's for the girls or whatever, you know what I mean? So a lot of people kind of got discouraged from buying the white phones. So guys wanted kind of like two-tone phones, like maybe the red and black, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So, you know, it's just pretty crazy how like smartphone evolution has happened over the past 10 years, and then we've gotten to sit down and watch all of it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think one of the craziest things for me that kind of like sticks out, I mean, like, one, I've only had one person recognize me from YouTube in my entire time that lives here in this city, and it was just such a funny way how it happened, and it always sticks out because the way the person was, I didn't realize like my videos had an impact on some people. So I walked into Walmart over here in my city. It was on Thomas and 40th Street, and I go to the electronics department like I always do, and I'm looking for a power bank, and Anchor had one that was like a 10,050 milliamp power bank. And so like I asked the gentleman that works in electronics if he can open it, and he looks at me and he goes, oh, when's your next video dropping? I was caught off guard, like, what the hell? He's like, I know you from your channel, Aloha Android, I know you. I'm like, holy crap, like first time anyone's ever recognized me. I was like, hey. So we chopped it up for like 15 minutes. And yeah, he's still, I think he moved to a different Walmart, but like when I still see him, you know, he always says hi and everything. It's pretty cool. But that was like the only time anyone's ever recognized me. Usually I keep myself low key. Yeah.
Wear that hat, wear that mask, if you know what I mean.
We're going back to masks over here for some reason in my state. I know my girlfriend's job, they told her 2 days ago that starting yesterday, every employee had to wear a mask again. Well, I haven't been at work, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to mandate it anytime soon, even though the numbers probably are going up. But, you know, again, I've been lucky to be at home and not have to kind of deal with that. So, but I will have a doctor's appointment this Wednesday to see how everything's going over here. So I'm gonna have to wear a mask because it's required in the doctor's office, obviously. Yeah.
So, but I have a bunch of them sitting around, so no issue there.
We got something from Joseph here. Joseph, he basically says, if it will pop up, first smartphone I used in 2020 was the HTC Wildfire S on Virgin Mobile. Oh, was bought at Best Buy. Oh yeah. Best Buy's a grown man's Chuck E. Cheese. That's where like I would go to get Virgin Mobile phones and Boost Mobile phones. I would go to their stores here and get them. But Virgin Mobile, definitely go to Best Buy to get those. Best Buy.
You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever been into an actual Boost Mobile store, at least to buy a Boost Mobile. When I transferred to another retail store a couple years ago, where I currently work because I got a promotion, there was a Boost Mobile on the inside of it. But then the pandemic happened and it closed down. People just stopped showing up. And I guess they stopped paying their rent, so all of that little area, the space that they were renting out inside the store, it didn't last more than like 6 months maybe. Although it did look very cool, like all of, like the stuff. I should have taken a picture and like posted it or did a video on it, but I don't want to get in trouble with my job. You know what I mean? So,
I can only imagine. You're not really missing much with Boost Mobile stores, I think. And here's the thing, right? Stores, they get a bad rap, but that's just because their employees kind of do bad things, like. The Rebel V Plus 5G that I picked up, it was kind of funny.
Oh yeah,
because they wouldn't let me record in there.
Oh.
And the reason why, because I knew they were going to do something strange. So the Rebel V Plus 5G is free with a new line of service, or if you bring your number over. So it doesn't matter if you port in or you don't. You get the phone for free, but you got to select a monthly plan, right? And like I know I should have done it on the website for Metro, because Metro now does they do orders on their website and you can get your phone delivered to your house. But it was, like, if I chose the $40 plan, it would have only cost me $40 to pay up front, and then they would have shipped me the phone. When I went into Metro, we paid $92. Yeah. And that's just because going in there, they charged the activation fee, which is $25. They literally told me that we had to sign up with the $60 plan.
Horrible.
And I was like, oh, if I had this on film, I could have showed this on a video and showed people just like the stuff that they do. Yeah. And so like I'm just sitting there just listening to them, like, okay, biting my tongue, because anytime I go into a place and I know about promotions that's going on with the prepaid carrier, if they tell me something wrong, I'm itching to tell them, like, hey, this is what it really is. But yeah, I also want to see like how they are, what they're doing, like why are they doing this. So I bit my tongue, paid $92 and walked out. And then my girlfriend looks at me, she's like, oh, you're gonna talk about this eventually. I'm like, yeah.
You should do a rant video. I don't see why not. I mean, especially if if they're not doing their job correctly, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say like like make them look bad or anything like that, but hey, just it is what it is. But I was trying to show you my Rebel 5G, which is the first gen, or not the first. This would probably be the first 5G Rebel though that ever came out. And I did get this about in the summer of 2020, or maybe a little bit later than that. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but I ended up getting it because T-Mobile was doing like add a line for free basically, and you can get this free phone. Although the promotion was that you pay half of whatever the phone was worth. So I've already technically paid all of that, but for whatever reason, I'm still paying like a little. Like my bill for this phone is only $8 a month, and I owe like $40 or $50 left. So they give you like a bill credit, and I still owe it'll probably be paid off. I can pay it off already if I wanted to, honestly. But once I do that, I will unlock. I'll give T-Mobile a call and unlock it. It's literally like in perfect condition, like from front to back, literally.
What you gonna sell it for?
We'll talk about that, because I know it's got that Snapdragon 765G that you've been wanting.
What Android is it? What version of Android is it?
I think it's Android 11. Let's turn it on. I haven't turned it on. It's literally been off for like the past 6 months probably. It's just been sitting in the corner of my room there. We'll find out right now. I'll go ahead and get it started. That beautiful T-Mobile intro. And I never changed the original background. The line that this phone is the SIM card that this phone is supposed to have is actually in this phone now, obviously, for obvious reasons, right?
Obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons for the Pixel 6 Pro, but this one has not been updated in a minute. So let's see. Let me see if video even connects.
It does not show very good because my lighting here sucks, but I like how it does that little shimmer when you flash it in the light.
Oh yeah, no, I think this one does the same, but this one's more of like a matte black or whatever. You know what I mean? Or it's like more of a matte color compared. And of course, the back, I don't know. It feels more like aluminum. I wouldn't say it's polycarbonate. I don't know. You would have to see for yourself, I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy it off you because like
we'll
the other guy
up,
that had it for $60, like I would have bought it off of him if he would have allowed me to have put a SIM card in it. It was kind of sketchy about it, so that tells me that it's probably blacklisted. Oh, it's Android 10. I can still work with that.
Yeah, it's Android 10. And again, I haven't even checked to see if the phone needs an update, which it says downloading updates. So hold on, let's see. Oh, you can see that. Sorry, but it's downloading an update right now. So I'll probably connect it to, I guess, a charger here. You know what I mean? I have like 5. There's like 5 phones here on my desk here. Let me move the bag of Cheetos. Like the Pixel 5a right here in its case. So let me go ahead and again, sorry, it's a little hard for me to maneuver right now still, guys, with this injury. I'm a little more mobile, but my arm still is well, you know what the cool part is? I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but the power button lights up when you're charging it, by the way. I don't know if your phone does that.
Oh, no, this one doesn't do that. This one's just like a solid piece.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Like, look, it's actually
I can see it.
Yeah, so I thought that was like a cool little feature that it had, you know. So I mean, it's a TCL phone. I mean, it's literally like I could compare it to like the TCL 10 Pro because that was like that generation of phone. It just doesn't have the OLED screen. It's just like a regular IPS display though, which kind of sucks. But you know, for the price for what it was, and again, it was one of their first mid-ranger 5Gs at the time. I think they were selling it for $399 if I'm not correct.
That was about $400.
Happy 4th of July, yes. Stasha Casanova. What's up?
Yeah,
Stasha?
she's one of my longtime homies on here. Like she's got a channel of her own. She doesn't really do tech. She does a lot of like it's for the ladies. You know, she does like a lot of hauls and stuff like that. So
I was gonna point to you. I don't have the arm. Hold on. Point to wait. Okay, I can't do it. Anyways, subscribe to Tito, guys. You know, smash the like button, subscribe. Let's get this going. All right.
But you know the refreshing thing, and like so kind of going like again, you know, we've been doing this for over a decade. So this is like what Metro is like giving out on a promo for free, right? Now can you imagine comparing this to what they used to give out free way back then? This is like leaps and bounds a lot better. It's refreshing using it, even though it is an outdated software. I don't care. It doesn't have all the Pixel features, and honestly, I don't care. It's just been like refreshing to use.
The one I have is pretty vanilla Android, to be honest, man. It doesn't. I mean, yes, it doesn't really have like a lot of bells and whistles, but you know, they're decently fluid. Like as far as the phone goes, this one doesn't have that Next Vision like you would see in the other. Like the other TCL branded devices, I guess. But the screen still looks nice. You know, I don't think I have it pumped all the way, but it's still very usable. You know, compared to a lot of other phones. And again, that Snapdragon 765G, you know, is on par with that Pixel 5. No, Pixel 5.
Yeah, Pixel 5 and 5A, 4A, 5G,
and the 4A 5G. Yeah. So that you know, they use that processor in a lot of phones, and for good reason, because you know it got the job done. So and this phone does have that. So very proud to be an owner of it, even though I really didn't use it too much. Honestly, it's got a good camera and everything also. So
yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to check out. So yeah, we'll talk about it later and set up to when I'll buy it off of you. Speaking of Pixels. Because out of our group of OG creators, you made it into Team Pixel, which is probably, I don't know, my excitement was through the roof because I was just like, one of us has to get in. Like one of us, that would be the icing on the cake for all the work that everybody has done. Because like most people, they have this idea that we're in competition so bad that we're like out to destroy each other's channels, and it was never like that, right? Like we had friendly competitions of growth, but it was always of like we would always help each other out. That was just the camaraderie that we had in our community. And I literally, if I could have done a backflip, I would have done it. But I know I jumped out of my chair when I was just like, he's in Team Pixel, you know. You got in. What was that like for you, thinking back from when you first started doing your channel, you were making videos, and then getting into Team Pixel? What were your thoughts?
back then there wasn't even a Team Pixel, which is pretty crazy, right? I think if you look back, there was only, I don't even know if they would do that for Nexus users, or if there was some sort of like Team Nexus, right? Back in the day, which I owned, like, I think maybe, let's see, originally when I started with Google phones, I started with the Pixel 4. I had the Pixel 5. I bought the original Pixel 6. I never owned the 6P or I guess the other ones, the one that Huawei made. And
the 6P.
Yeah, I never bought that one, but I did own the 5X, which you have as well, by the way. So I wouldn't say I burned through some of those phones, but that was my time with stock Android and stock Google. And then of course, just like a lot of others, once Google, I guess I wouldn't say they stopped being innovative, but you as a tech YouTuber, you go and you start looking for other phones. So at the time for me, I was still looking at Motorola phones. I was looking at LG phones. I was testing the waters with a bunch of those other phones, and of course, to many people's surprise, I actually transitioned over to iOS. A lot of people may have been upset with that. I never really got any feedback on my channel. Luckily, maybe from a few of my buddies on the net here, right? When because again, people are so like hung up on either one or the other, right? But to me, I didn't have I didn't have a preference. It was whatever worked for me and what worked good, right? So
yeah.
Anyways, going forward, my first Pixel device, I never owned any of the original Pixels. I never owned the Pixel 1 or the Pixel 2 or even the Pixel 3. My first Pixel device, which I bought out of pocket because I was curious, was the Pixel 4, okay? And that's the smaller version, not the XL or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So I started posting content about that. Again, this was probably like 2019. I think it came out in the fall of 2019.
Yeah.
And this was when I was trying to transition and getting my own office space for my YouTube channel. For those of you who remember that, that didn't last that long, unfortunately. It only lasted maybe about a good year, where I was renting out a little office space so I can do YouTube videos. Didn't work out. It was a money pit for me, unfortunately. Luckily, it wasn't too big of a money pit where like it was hurting my wallet. Luckily, I mean, for real, the rent was really cheap, and I didn't have a contract with the guy. Like, he didn't say, "Oh yeah, you have to be here at least a year," yada yada yada. Like it was month to month, and he's like, "Whenever you want to leave, just give me 30 days notice." So, I tried to stick it out. It didn't work out, unfortunately. But I had started doing a lot of my Pixel 4a content from there, and I guess I just started pumping out videos, and I guess later on, I guess that year, it was like 2020 already. Later 2020. When did I become part of Team Pixel? Last year. So every time, I guess the guy that's in charge of it, I'm not going to say his name just because I don't want people to go out and look for him or whatever.
Everyone knows who he is already. He put himself out there.
If you're a tech YouTuber, and if you know who it is. But anywho, I guess it had happened more than once where my name had been thrown out there when this person was asking, hey, like, who would be, a good person to add to Team Pixel, yada, yada, yada. And again, I don't know how many they specifically do. Obviously, I mean, I've been in some of those meetings. The first meeting I ever did with Team Pixel was when they were talking about like the Pixel, the 5A, and I think the 6 and the 6 Pro, if I'm not correct, but they'll have like they'll have like Zoom meetings with like everybody that's in part of Team Pixel. But anyways, they reached out to me via email, right? Obviously. So whoever, I think I would have to thank Latrizzi, Toyota, Mr. Toyota Corolla himself, right? I think he put out a good word for me, and there was maybe one or two others that were like, yeah, B-Tech's like very solid, blah, 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 like get him on Team Pixel. So again, I got the email. I don't remember exactly when. I'm pretty sure there's a tweet about it. Like if I can go back and look at my tweets, right? And I got an email, and I thought, I had been actually like anticipating it, but I wasn't like trying to get like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I was super excited though. I wouldn't say I jumped off my chair, you know what I mean, or anything like that. I think I was at work or whatever, and I was glancing through my emails, and I saw something in my, my email that is related to my YouTube channel, and I'm like, oh, like what is this? Like, and sure enough, it was them reaching out to me from Team Pixel, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I never thought it would happen to me, right? But of course, as a I just told myself, I'm gonna try to do the best that I can do. when posting videos when I want to talk about that stuff, obviously, right? So I mean, obviously, they sent me the 5A. The 5A was actually the first phone that they sent me. And then not too long after, when the 6 and 6 Pro came out, a lot of people were thinking, oh, we're going to get like both phones because the box was huge. Like, I think I still have that. I have the box in here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. I might have given it away. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if I still have that box.
No, don't tell me you gave that box away.
I might have given it away, but I might still have like the letter that came with the Pixel 6. But like they sent you like a kit with that. So a lot of people were like, oh yeah, you're gonna get both phones because the box is huge. It weighs like 3 pounds or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was just one phone, but I was very happy to get the Pro phone because I was thinking I'm just gonna get like the regular because I'm not like a high-end YouTuber like guys like Unbox Therapy or Marquez or The Verge or whoever else. So I was like, oh, I'll be happy with the regular Pixel 6. Like I would love to just have that one and I originally wanted that phone because it was a smaller build, smaller screen. Don't get me wrong, I love the Pixel 6 Pro, but I'm just not a fan of the ginormous screen. So again, for people that are into big screen phones and curved displays, okay. Me personally, like I'm just like I would prefer that flat screen and the smaller size backing, I guess, or just shape in general. But anywho, I was super excited, and I'm still glad to be a part of it. I've never received any Pixel Buds, so that's something that I'm hoping that they, if they're gonna start sending out the Pixel Buds, the newer series, A series, could I get my hands on those as well? You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes. I'm happy to be a part of that community and be able to discuss with YouTube with the tech community. Hey, here's my thoughts on the device. What can Google do to improve or make things better? Obviously, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. And of course we're gonna get you in eventually. It's only a matter of time, buddy. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I'm gonna say his name though. I know you protected his identity, but everyone pretty much knows it's Mark Wim. Everyone knows. He's put himself out there. Because I seen his tweet, and it's like I don't know. I guess I always wanted to kind of pick his brain and kind of understand because for me, if I was to put it out there like that, because I mean, if you guys follow Mark Wim on Twitter, you guys will see his tweet. Like, he tends to do it when it comes close to releasing a new Pixel, and he'll say like, whose channel should I be looking at? And everyone's just quick to respond. Boom, boom, boom. There's so many in there. Because I mean, I responded in there. Like, I threw your name in there. I threw Mike Varai. I threw his name in there. Like, I feel like he does deserve to be in too. Like, if anything, he needs to get in this year because he's put out a lot of Google Pixel content. And like, I don't know how they judge, how they pick people in. I know there's a lot of things that has to be kept under wraps. I mean, Tony Pazzo even like flat out told me like, there are certain things that he just cannot let me know about. And, he doesn't want to jeopardize his spot in there because they are known to put people out. I mean, Painfully Honest Tech got put out and he went ballistic with a rant. It was one of the craziest things ever.
Because he was painfully honest. Now, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm not, as a reviewer and as a tech, I mean, just be as honest as you can, right? But like, don't try to bash a company or that's something that I've kind of tried to stay away from is like making a company look bad. Because they're spending a lot of money. These phones are not cheap, guys. They sent me close to $1,000 phone. You know what I mean? So it's one of those deals where like, hey, like I'm gonna say as many good things as I can, but give that constructive criticism. Like what don't I like about it? Okay, you know what I mean? But I don't know what Painfully Honest Tech did to get on Pixel's bad side or Team Pixel's bad side, I guess. I mean, I don't follow that. I don't follow that specific YouTuber, but at the same time,
my daughter's phone. She's got the Pixel 3.
Nice. I had the Pixel 3A for a little bit, and then I ended up selling it a while back. So it was the purple edition, by the way.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I think the whole thing with Painfully Honest Tech, you're right. That's one of the things. Like there's a difference between giving critical feedback that is helpful and then like kind of tarnishing a brand. And I think the earlier Team Pixel guys were kind of dancing on the edge of that because they would go in and not only just question Google's motive with the latest Pixel that was released, but then would go so far in as to kind of bring down the brand name. And any company that's going to bring you a part of a program they have in place for advertisement to say, hey, we're not going to spend thousands of dollars on TV ads. Instead, you're a YouTuber. Here, take this phone, do what you're going to do with it, make some video content about it, and give your honest feedback about it. And then they would use those. And I think that's what happened to him, because I remember I think the thing that he pissed me off about the most, and you know, he and I are not in any type of beef. So I don't want people to start going over there thinking like, oh yeah, you know, like I had something very bad to say. But he did actually piss me off when he made a statement that there were YouTubers that were not deserving of the Google Pixel and being a part of Team Pixel because he didn't get his, and that's how he found out he was kicked off the program. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, you know, you shut down other channels based upon, you know, where your channel sits, to say something like that's kind of, you know, honestly, excuse my French, people, it's kind of fucked up to even talk that way. You know, the way I've always looked at YouTube and approached it is like, when you grow, you help the next person up. Like you extend that ladder down further, so that way people that's starting out can grow and get to where you're at, or follow along with you on up this ladder. And so for him to say something like that, like, I vocally spoke out against him, and I didn't think he would catch wind of it till he commented on the video I posted about it and apologized. And I was like, holy crap. You know, but it was the coolest thing ever to have that small interaction with him. I never tried to create any type of friendship out of it going further. I had left it at that because he didn't really seem like that, you know, he wanted to talk. You know, he just basically knew he kind of messed up throwing smaller channels under the bus. And but yeah, to get into that program, I know Joseph was saying that he wants to be a part of it. Team Pixel, I've made a video on it. It is the hardest group to get a part of. One, there has to be space, because it can't just make every YouTuber part of it, right? There's going to be YouTubers that have to sit on the sidelines. And if, like I said, if that's me, I'm totally fine doing that. I'll just support my friends that are a part of it. But not everyone can be invited into it. And there is no method to the madness. I mean, yes, you know that Mark Gwim is the one who searches people. He is the Team Pixel liaison that takes care of every member of Team Pixel, makes sure that they're knowing what's going on, and make sure that the devices gets in their hands. But bugging him or saying, hey, I want to be a part of it, like, you're only going to turn yourself off and have him like not even think about you ever down the road. Pixel Superfan program, Joseph, if you want in, I'll send you an invite into that. I'm part of their Superfan group on Facebook. I'll send you an invite to bring you into the group. Just don't troll people in there. I'm gonna say that right now. Don't troll people. None of that stuff, man. Just talk about Pixel. You talk about Pixel and Pixel and Pixel. That's pretty much it.
Yep. But
yeah, it is a good thing to see that one of us in the group, and actually several people in the group, made it in. I know you made it in. I think Kia 2 Technical is part of Team Pixel, if I'm not mistaken. She just posted. So Kia, if you're still here,
Lady Red made it in also last year, I believe, as well.
Lady Red made it in with you. Yeah,
we were the
awesome.
I guess the 2021 summer crew or something like that, I guess.
Yeah. Paul Tech made it in with you guys also.
Paul Tech. He's super low key now, man, by the way. Let's get a hold of that guy.
He's doing it. I mean, he still pops his videos out. But you know, it's just like, yeah, it's gonna be, he's the challenge for the live stream to have all of us together. He is going to be the challenge, because the one thing I do know about Paul is that he doesn't like live streaming. He doesn't like being live on camera. So to ask him to go out of his comfort is going to be hard.
Yeah, some people are not comfortable like that in that way, and that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. I mean, I wasn't comfortable at live streaming at first either. You just kind of got to do it and get comfortable talking to a screen, even if no one's talking back to you, you know? So it is what it is. But yeah, again, very happy to be a part of Team Pixel, and I'm very excited to see what we, will be coming in the mail in the next couple of weeks or so. I'm not 100% sure when the 6.8 is supposed to be initially released, but I know I'll be getting it before then. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You should be getting it soon.
Yeah, I know.
The 21st. 21st is when pre-orders go. 28th is when you can actually buy it.
Yeah, so most likely it'll probably be like the week, because usually how it's been, I think I actually had the Pixel 6 Pro 2 weeks before it was released. Now, of course, I myself cannot post out content on it or talk about it until the embargo date is released, right? So I can maybe do an unboxing. I think the most at the time that I was able to do was an unboxing video, but I was not able to show like, you know, the screen or the operating, only basically just hardware. You know, you can't really show the phone itself in that. You can't go in and say, hey, this is this. Otherwise, again, if you break those type of rules as a Team Pixel member, you know, again, you run the risk of also getting kicked off Team Pixel. So that's another way of getting kicked off Team Pixel, by the way. If people, and not just Team Pixel, but any type of company that sends you something that's under embargo like that, you know, you want to make sure that you're just trying to follow the guidelines, you know, and respect it, you know, their decisions and stuff like that.
Oh, no worries, Kia. Just if you follow me on Facebook, I'll just send out an invite. So I'll just send out an invite to you and to Joseph. It's weird how the Pixel Super Fans group on Facebook is. It's like it's exclusive, so you have to be invited in. But yet, you know, there's no limitations to the invite. So I always just looked at it as like, why not open it up for anybody to join? If you have moderators moderating the group, then those that are being out of line, just the moderators kick them out. So, but yeah, I'll send an invite. Yeah, man, I was like, you know, when you got in, I was super happy. When I found out Lady Red got in, I was just even more excited because I was like, you know, people from my day are getting in, so that's great.
And guys, keep in mind, you know, subscriber count does not really count because I think if I recall, Lady Red was under 10,000, and I'm not sure where she is at now, but I think she only had like 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers at the time when she got into Team Pixel. So really, subscriber count really does not count. Like, or people, you know, you don't have to have 100,000 subscribers to get in. You know, you just have to put out good content and be consistent.
Yeah. That's what they're looking at, is consistency and how your content and basically engagement. That's really where the number is at. This is why, like, I tell a lot of people, like, subscriber count, while it's okay to focus on that, that shouldn't be your main goal on YouTube, focusing on subscriber count, because the engagement is really where any company, if you're trying to get brand connected, any company is going to look at your engagement. If how many views are your videos getting consistently? Because that's going to tell them, like, the potential amount of customers they could get. If every video you're getting is anywhere between, like, for me, mine always teeters around 100 to maybe like 300 views in some videos. Some videos have gone beyond 500 or even hit 1,000. It just depends on the subjects, but that's what they're looking at. So worry more about your view count than your subscriber count.
And watch time as well, because they do look at things like your watch time. And now that we can, I guess, talk about that, you know what I mean? How YouTube is, like, you know, kind of, you know, steered away from, I guess, pushing specific people's videos. You know what I mean? Like,
the algorithm.
And, you know, I guess we can maybe mention John here, because I guess, you know, he was talking about it earlier on his stream. I don't know if you caught any of that, but it's just like, it's painfully hard to be a tech YouTuber. You know, it's not, you know, a lot of people think it's easy when in reality it's not, because, I mean, the first of all, the spectrum of it, like, can just go so big, but it's also so tight at the same time that, you know, it's very hard to get noticed. Or, you know, even if you were to search something, you know, there's already 100 videos of whatever you're searching for already, believe it, because there's a lot of people that want to be tech YouTubers out there, right? But again, it goes back to engagement, and, you know, if your video is getting comments, and of course the views, right? Now, of course, a lot of people struggle with that. I think that's one thing that, you know, they struggle with, you know, and myself, I mean, like you said yourself, you know, on a good day, your videos will get like 100 to 300 views, right? You're more of a live streamer now. You don't really, like, you know, again, you don't make the normal videos that, you know, YouTube, I think, really wants people to put out. And me, I've been live streaming a lot more, and I can look at my live stream analytics, and they're trash. You know what I mean? Like, my live stream analytics are horrible. I think most of my live stream videos don't do more than like between like 40 and like 100 views at the most, which I don't have a problem with. You know what I mean? But when I do actually post like a regular video, a lot of the time those videos do a little more better than the live streams. Obviously, it really just depends on what the searchability of the content is, right? I think people need to to realize that, hey, if you're going to make videos, the content has to be searchable, and you have to be able to put in keywords like how do I do this on Android 12, or or the Pixel 6 Pro, how to unlock the screen without using your fingerprint, you know what I mean, stuff like that, you know what I mean, people, and then again, it'll start recommending your videos because they're going to start seeing like a click-through rate of your videos. So I think that's the challenging part about being a YouTube nowadays, is being on the recommended side. Even if your videos are not first to be pushed out, a lot of the times, your video might pop up at the end of somebody else's video, where it'll be like, oh, YouTube recommends you watch this because you watch this. So that's where you want to be also, on the whole viewer thing as well.
Yeah, the whole crazy thing about, I mean, like, I used to be about the numbers.
Yeah.
I think in the last like 2 years, I've been more towards of a laid back type of sense on YouTube. So like my whole thing here on YouTube now is just like live streaming, podcasting, uploading some videos every now and then. And like, to answer the question to some people that get annoyed with the way that I make my videos, because like I get some pretty hateful comments because I've recorded a video in portrait rather than in landscape. And to be honest with everybody, I do that because
Cringe.
if I'm if I'm gonna set myself apart from everybody else, something's got to give. And one of the things that I do know that most people don't do is shoot in portrait on YouTube. And the reason for me that I do it, one, it stands out from landscape. Two is because I multi-post my videos. So my videos can be found here on YouTube. It can be found on my Instagram, and then on TikTok. Now that TikTok's open up 10-minute long videos. So I'm posting in 3 different areas, and 2 of the 3 puts everything in a portrait view rather than a landscape view. So might as well do it that way. And so for those who can't stand portrait, it is what it is. I mean, these days I'm not too concerned about, being the most watched person or anything like that, because my self-discovery on YouTube and what I've learned, and this is just for me, I'm not saying this is advice for any other content creator, but it's just for me. But if I'm doing this, if I'm treating this like a job, I burn out. I just burn out, and I don't want to do it. When I'm doing it on my own terms and having fun with it, it feels better and more natural for me. So like nowadays, if people were to ask me like, how do I beat the algorithm? I can't tell anybody, because I'm not looking for that method on how to beat the algorithm anymore. My thing is just, I'm going to go live and talk, and hopefully someone comes and watches, or hey, I got an idea for a video. Let me shoot a video and talk about this and put it up there, and whoever watches it, watches it. It's just, that's my method to my madness. Okay, cool, Kia. Yeah, I'll definitely get you an invite in. But which Facebook though? Because I have 2.
Ooh, that's the question. You might have a third one out there also.
I'll find out, because it'll notify me. So it's not on my personal one. So, which is good, because both of them are in the Pixel Super Fan. That's the first thing I did when one got in, and I just went and just invited my other one in. Let's see. But yeah, other people's perspective on what they do on YouTube is different. That's one of the things too. I don't like judging people on the reasons why they're on YouTube. Everybody has a very different reason why they're on there. Some are really looking to make it their career, and you can't fault them for wanting to do that. That's like a work from home type of thing, but you're also running your own business. And my philosophy in today's situation is that you have a better shot in life owning your own business and running your own business than being an employee. And so running a YouTube channel is in fact that, being self-employed. If you can make enough money from AdSense and everything to basically have, sustain a living. Just stay away from groups. I will always tell people this, those groups that are like, hey, we can take you to another 10,000 subscribers. You just have to sign up with us. And don't. I've seen people lose their channels because those little group companies, they take like 15 to 20% of your revenue.
Yeah,
and then
I think what were the name of those? Because that's what I did, and that's kind of what deterred me from YouTube at the time. They're called networks. Yeah. Don't join a
Yeah.
network, guys. Just
Don't join a network.
the Google how do you say, the YouTube partner program. Do not join any type of networks that are people reaching out to you saying like, oh, join our network. We'll offer you more like, you know, AdSense or, you know, more you know, clickable rates on your videos. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Like, it's the worst idea ever.
It's I don't want to say it's a sham, but it kind of feels like that only because like your channel has to be viable for them. And if your channel is not viable, they'll shelf your channel. And like, if you're like, you know what, I'm just going to take my show and just do my own thing, they pretty much own the rights to your show for the length of the contract that you signed with them. So you couldn't do anything until that contract is over. So this is why I tell people, like, be careful of joining networks, because networks, they're about making money. They're not really about, you know, content creator growth. They don't care. So you just got to be careful of that. Watch your steps on that. Stick to good old AdSense. And hey, and you know what? Like, partnerships can also be developed with different companies. There was a company that I had a small partnership with, and it was because of you that I got it. And that was from the company Almace with their audio gear. It was from B-Tech Review, Mike. You guys don't know his name. I was able to connect with them, and that's how I got that water resistant Almace mini speaker that lights up, that I literally threw the pole like so many times just to show people it was water resistant. It's like, it's nothing makes a crowd like freak out when you're walking with music. You just throw it in the pool and they're like, it's like, it's fine. All the ports are closed.
Yeah, it's IP rated.
It's good to go.
I remember when because I had the same speaker. I think they sent you a different one. They sent you one that has like LEDs, if I'm not correct on that. The ones they sent me though didn't. I guess it was like an earlier prototype, but they sent me two of them. They sent me a red one and then a blue one. And this was when I was in close contact with that person that would always send me stuff from that company. And I think at one point they asked me, "Well, hey, do you know any other YouTubers?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know a couple." And I threw your name out there, and I think they asked me for your email address or something, or I linked into your YouTube channel, and that's it. You know, I mean, it's all about, you know, networking also, guys. When it comes to YouTube, like, if you meet the right people, you know, don't hesitate to let them know, hey, you know, aside from myself, you know, which, you know, you're putting out content, right? I know other people that, you know, love to do the same thing, or they love to talk about this, or they love to talk about that. So don't hesitate to give your friends or your, you know, other people that you think might need help on YouTube, just because, again, it goes a long way, you know. And again, you know, even if they never worked with him again, hey, at least, you know, he got, you know, that chance to work with them for a little bit.
Yeah, Almaze was one of them, and I do believe, what the hell was that mid-range company? I forget. Oh, New Mobile.
Oh yeah, New Mobile. They sent me one phone, I think, one or two phones. I don't exactly recall, but I even had a hat, but I chunked the hat because it got ugly after a while. But like, they were a company. I think they went from selling phones, and they just disappeared, and then they finally like reappeared out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. Recently,
they've had a pretty close relationship with John, though. I think John still has a relationship with New Mobile, and
CV Tech also.
CV Tech also. But like, I got those. I mean, so that was the thing. Like, you know, when I was saying earlier, like, we would be in competition in putting out videos, but not like a very heavy competition where we were trying to slay the other channel. It was never like that, because you know, when we had little companies reach out and say, hey, you know what, we want to send you a phone, we would actually pitch that to like everyone in the group to see like who we can get on and get connected with them. And we'll put out, because I know I talked to New Mobile about channels, some of the channels that I mentioned to them, and they were like, oh yeah, you know, we're in contact with them. I'm like, oh, okay. So you're in contact with them, cool. But when it comes to these companies, you never know who's going to reach out to you. You'll probably get like a bunch of emails, some seem fishy, where they're like, yeah, we have these earbuds, you buy it on Amazon for $60 and we'll reimburse you the money. And it's like, can I trust you?
Oh yeah, no, I've gotten a few of those actually. You'd be surprised. One of those companies was Umadigi. I don't know if you remember the Umadigi.
Oh yeah.
But like, I had purchased a few of their phones, because their phones were like under $100, like, or maybe under 150. So I did a few unboxings, and then I guess one of them got a hold of one of my emails. Not even my budget tech email, like, which is like for the channel, but I don't know how they got one of my regular plain Jane emails. but they somehow contacted me, and I think they asked me, hey, like, purchase the watch from us and blah blah blah, and we'll refund you the money once you post up the video. And the watch was like $30, so I was like, okay, I don't have anything to lose really, because it's only a $30 watch anyways. And they did send me the money back, and since then they've actually reached out to me a couple of times, but I just haven't really responded because a lot of times they want you to purchase like their flagship phone, which is like $200 or $300. And whatever, like, I just, at the time I probably didn't have the money. I'm just like, why don't you guys just send, if you're gonna refund me the money, why don't you just send it? But I guess because they want their the sales on their Amazon or whatever to kind of look legit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
The thing is, I myself, they always ask, can you do a review for us on Amazon? I cannot do a review on Amazon because for whatever reason I was banned from doing reviews on Amazon. So I always tell sellers that are trying to sell me, and like I always tell them, like, oh, they're like, can you do Amazon review? I'm like, that's the first thing I tell them. I'm like, I'm sorry, Amazon does not allow me to do reviews. I can make a YouTube video for you and talk about it on Instagram or whatever, Twitter. I cannot post anything on Amazon though. So, and then that was it. Got banned.
It's those crazy things, man. I think too, like, for doing YouTube for over 10 years, things that I've learned also, this is probably the darker side of things, and I know it just happened like pretty recently, and it's probably peeling a band-aid off a wound or something like that, just for even talking about it. But like, when you for advice that I would give to content creators that are starting up, when you are connecting with the community, you're connecting with groups, you really gotta be careful about who you get close to, right? I'm not gonna mention names because I'm not gonna try and start a damn war with anyone or anything like that. But like, I've learned my lesson with people that I've connected with, thinking, okay, they're cool or whatever. Kind of drop my guard, let a little bit of personal stuff come up, and then things have turned around for whatever reason, whatever it is. I'm not gonna get into it, but just tell people, like, yeah, it got left field pretty fast. So I guess that's also what kind of changed my mentality, where it's just like, before I used to just want to seek out the new creators and kind of like, get them exposure. I haven't done that in a while, and that's just because I'm really kind of watching what I'm doing. I'm just staying in the same pool with the people that I've known for years, that I'm like, okay, I don't have to question if the person's gonna go bananas and start talking reckless on a live stream or whatever. Like, so you really gotta like look at the community as a whole, whatever community you're about to join into, and really watch how people are acting and responding to things before you actually get yourself immersed in that community. Be careful where you go. And then also, like, don't take things personally either, because like, I know one of the people that I tend to stay away from, I know they pop up in your live streams from time to time. I see them in there. I just don't say nothing to them or bring any of that stuff into your live stream out of respect for your show. And that person's also in Magic Text review live streams from time to time. I don't say nothing on there either. But I also tend to kind of fall back in the shadows a little bit, just because I don't want said person to start doing things to you or doing things to John going forward, right? Like, that's my mentality. So I kind of look out for other people in that way. Yeah. And that's probably like the extent I would go. But as far as like mingling with new crowds, it ain't gonna happen anytime soon now. So unfortunately, so just be careful who you befriend on YouTube. There's all types of people. We're people. We're not anything special. So the craziness out there in the world is the craziness in the YouTube space as well. It happens.
Yeah, I have to agree, and I think it's one thing that people don't realize is that, like, none of us are perfect. Our opinions are opinions, and we have them all, just like we have buttholes, right? It's like, stuff is going to come out of our mouths. People might agree with it, people might disagree with it. Some people might not like it, right? It really just depends on how they take what you say, and a lot of the times, you might not be directing it towards them, but some people might take things personal on what you say. So you have to just be, again, just be yourself is all I can say, and respect others that that are around you, and you'll do just fine. You know what I mean? And try to, again, if you have to, stay within like a small knit, close, tight community. Again, some people on Tito's channel might not like me. Again, I don't know all of his followers, right? and vice versa. People on my channel might not like him, like he's saying, right? But that doesn't mean like, oh, we're gonna go and like, start a war or anything like that. You know what I mean? We, like, again, try to be respectful. I've known this guy for years and years already. And again, if anyone tries to do something or say something on my channel when they're in the chat, I'm gonna block it right away. Because I don't need the drama. I don't need any of that. I really don't. I don't want people that I like in my life to feel like they can't or feel comfortable on my channel either. So again, like if stuff like that ever goes down, I mean, of course that's what mods are for. That's what bots are for. But I mean, for real, like we should all just try to work together and try to. It's like. How do I put this into words? It's like you go to work and you have a boss that you just completely hate, right? But at the same time, you're there to make money. You're not there to be friends. You're not there to be best friends, and you don't have to exactly like that person, but you have to work with that person, and you have to. And again, it's YouTube. If you don't like something, you don't see, click away. That's all you have to do. You don't have to go and harass somebody or go and make videos and just try to trash somebody. It's really not the way to go. You know what I mean? Again, if you don't like my channel, don't watch my channel. That's it. Come on. It's really that simple. hit that thumbs down button. That's what the thumbs down button is there for. And I think that's the reason why YouTube actually kind of got rid of the amount of dislikes that people can see now, because again, there's people were taking advantage of that, right? So definitely. Anyways, it gets me riled up because again, these are things I've talked to Tito in the past about, and he's reached out to me, and not just him, other YouTubers as well, right? So again, respect each other, respect, just like the song, which is so old now. Now, you know what I mean? But I'm just here to have fun. I'm here to post out content that I like, and again, if you don't like it, click away. I still see comments on old videos from like 7 or 8 years ago that people are like, you're so stupid, you don't know what you're talking about, and blah blah blah. But I'm like, but you took the time to go and type this out and complain, and you literally watched most of the video, because I know what some parts of those videos are like way deep into the video. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, hey, like you don't have to watch the video if I'm not getting to the point like you wanted to, because some people literally want you to get to the point within like the first like 10 seconds of the video. And I'm just like, dude, like that's not how YouTube works now. Back then before AdSense and all that, the shorter videos actually got more views because people's attention span is so small nowadays. And that's why TikTok blew up. If you think about it, like once COVID happened, TikTok just blew up because they wanted to see their moms and dads dancing in the living room to some stupid song or something like that. And don't get me wrong, I use TikTok, right? I unfortunately have sunk in, and I've posted a few videos now. It's non-tech related stuff. I mean, Tito's seen my TikTok. I don't really post anything related to my YouTube stuff at all. I have my social links on there though if people want to see it. And yet I've accumulated 400 followers, although I know they're all bots because when you click on them, they're not real people. I'm just like, how does TikTok like get away with that, or how does where are these fake accounts coming from? That's what I want to know. Like,
that's crazy. I'll answer this question really quickly. So Kia goes, says, keep that up. I'm having trouble trying to get into companies. Any tips for me? So I'll say this. There is no magical key or pass that gets you into any company to start getting review units. What you have to do is market yourself. That's what it's all about, is marketing yourself. So let's say for example, right? I know Google has an email that you can get. It's I think it's press.google.com, and what it is it's a form you fill out that has a bunch of their products on there. You select which products you're interested in. You link your channel. You state why you want to receive these items from Google to review, and then it's really at Google's discretion whether they're gonna fulfill that and send you products or just ignore it and send you nothing. Believe it or not, I have sent probably over 400 of those applications requesting stuff just to see what I can get, and have been unsuccessful in getting anything from them. And that's how it goes with every company like Samsung, Don't ever try Apple because they're not going to send you anything for free.
Unless you're iJustine or Marquez, that's it.
Yep,
Like, those are
that's
the only
it.
people they send shit to.
That's their go-to people. But then, like, yeah, Apple's out of the question. Samsung, you can try. You may get lucky, you may not. There is no way that gets you like solid into just getting review units. Like you just when you apply, when you email them, and if you're gonna email them, email like whoever's head of their press department. That's the person you want to reach out to because they're in charge of handling like press, advertisement, and things like that. And then you got to market yourself. You got to sell them on why they need to work with you. And then if you're lucky, they'll reply and say, okay, well, we're going to send you out this device. When we send it out, they'll give you a tracking number. If they're not going to, they're just not going to respond. And then you have your answer. You just got to try. But that's like the best I can give. What would you say to someone that asked you that question?
When I was first starting out, I think obviously, putting your name out there and making content is one thing. You need to have content on your channel that is going to be specific to what you're asking for, right? Because again, you can't just go and ask like a marketing rep, hey, send me your latest flagship device. I just started a YouTube channel and I have one video up. You can't do something like that. First of all, I think you have to make it easily accessible for them to find you. So obviously, or get into contact with you. So you have to have some sort of contact information, whether it be your YouTube, your Instagram, or your Twitter. Like, if you have all three of those, even better, right? Because if someone doesn't find you on YouTube and like they see stuff that you post on Instagram or Twitter, then hey, and those are ginormous platforms also, then again, have something in your bio that will direct them to be able to contact you, an email address, or again, something, because again, you want to have that email because that's more of a professional thing, and a lot of these people are not going to be DMing you on Twitter or Instagram. It's very rare that they do that. Yeah. I've gotten it, but it's very rare, and the reason being is because that's just not how that's not how they work. Secondly, again, like Tito said, if you want to make the attempt to go out and put yourself out there, I would maybe either create like a small reel or maybe even like pick your best video that you think would show what you can do and what you can do on YouTube basically, and link that video when you send it out to whoever you're reaching out to, whether it be like a marketing or a PR rep. Again, whether it be, and again, you have to go the right routes, guys. Like, it's not easy. Believe me, I've tried it myself, and it's definitely not easy. I remember the first review phone that I got was actually that somebody sent me was from Virgin Mobile. It was the Samsung Galaxy S2, and at the time the S3 was already out. But the thing is, I was saying on an earlier stream, not this stream specifically, I was like, back then, like, it usually took a little while before the newer flagships came out on like Boost and Virgin Mobile and stuff like that. But they were nice enough to send me an older device. So they were like, oh yeah, well, we'll send you the S2. But I went to their website. I looked for the correct contact information. I sent out the email and I was like, hey, here's one of my videos. Like, this is what I do. And again, going forward, you have to represent yourself in the best way you can. Otherwise, if you're just saying, hey, send me a review, I'm on YouTube and I have 100 subscribers, you know what I mean? That's really not how it works. They need to see that, you're passionate about what you're talking about, and that, you're not going to make their company look bad, or what can you offer them? Like, how can we collab? How can we work together? Like, what can I do on my channel that you might not see on other channels? Like, what would you like me to make content of? Like, some reviewers, they only focus on one thing, right? So like, again, maybe you can ask them, hey, what can I do differently? If you guys send me something out, like, what would you like to see that you don't see from other YouTubers? Like, like little things like, like, oh, what does this third camera lens do on the on the TCL, like, 20 Pro 5G, you know what I mean? Little things like that, or little things like how does someone screen record on a phone? Little things like that, making multiple videos, not just one video, right? But going out and making like several videos and talking about different things about that device or whatever you want to talk about, right? I think that's the best way to go. And again, just be open-minded, right? Again, a lot of times we'll get spam emails. Be on the lookout for those as well, because you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people out there trying to steal your information. Okay, and I'm not just saying like, oh, they're trying to get into your computer. No, they are trying to steal your YouTube channel. Okay, so do not ever download any attachments they send you unless you know it is a legit rep. There was several times where I got messaged by like gaming platforms where I thought it was almost real, and I had to find out if it was a fake. So I went out and reached out to I think it was like Blizzard, or I don't even remember the company at the time. I think it was Blizzard or Activision, and someone was sending spam emails saying like, "Oh yeah, we want to sponsor. We want to give you like $5,000, $5,000," and it like the email almost looked too good to be true. And I'm just like, no, this doesn't look right. Like, and I sometimes I'll even screenshot and post it on Twitter for some of my other followers or even content creators, because again, some other content creators know because they get these same emails. But you really have to be careful because again, they email you, they're asking for your information like your name, your address, your phone number, and again, they're trying to steal your identity, or one or the other. They're trying to be able to access your YouTube channel. So anything that they can link in there to your computer where you click and download, just be absolutely careful, because again, if it's in a zip file, forget it. It's already like it's already like they're trying to hack into your computer somehow. They're trying to put a worm in there so that they can go in and get your password information. That way they can go and steal your YouTube channel. And I know that it's possible because it's happened to some big name channels also.
Oh yeah. So there's a little bit of a bonus for you guys at the end, so you guys don't want to miss what's going to happen at the end. And Mike doesn't even know what's going to happen, and I'm keeping it under wraps. But there is another topic I'm going to touch base with here, and yeah, we're just giving out like all kinds of like free advice. But this kind of pertains to new channels coming in. I'm going to tell you guys honestly and be straightforward with everybody. If your intentions, subscribe.
Yes.
If you guys, I'm just like, look at that pillow, like I want one now.
Amazon, baby, I'll link you up.
But like for those new creators, if your sole purpose on being on here is you want to monetize your videos, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're doomed to fail. A lot of and it's not the tech community, because trust me, like right now in this day and age in the tech community, I would say like a good 60% of viewers are other content creators who make content on tech, right? 40% is just people that's like did a search and wanted to watch my video about the Pixel 6 or something. But those who are not tech creators, they are like bloodhounds. They're like sharks. They will smell it a mile away. So if your only intentions on being on YouTube is making money, that is what's going to be burned in their head when it comes to you as a creator. Now, I know everybody wants to have some sort of residuals paid because YouTube's running ads on their videos. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your personality doesn't show that you enjoy doing this, whether you're paid or not, you are doomed to fail. You're gonna lose. Like that's usually how it is. If you're in it to like try to get free phones because you want to get free phones for yourself and not really to review for other people who have questions about it, they will figure that out and you'll get flamed. They'll hit you with that, you want the free phone, that's why you're going after it, that's why you say you want to review it. Like, people can get very brutal on YouTube when it comes to that type of stuff, and I will say stay clear away from that type of stuff. Like, if you enjoy talking tech, then talk it. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. Don't bring up your subscriber count, just talk. Show reasons why people should start listening to you, and you will get there. It is not an easy road. For some people it is. They hit that viral video. Oh yeah, I post one video and got 10,000 views in the first 3 hours, and I gained 50,000 subscribers in the first day. There are some people who could do that. I'm not one of those people. Over a decade, and I'm sitting at close to 12,000 right now. So it's not easy, but it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, I got burned out twice, but I kept pushing on, And it's the same for you, because I know you're at the road to trying to get to like grow your channel bigger. But I know, and a lot of people who know you know this, and even those who don't know you can feel it. That's not your primary goal. Your primary goal is not to reach a certain subscriber count. Your primary goal is to show these phones that you get a hold of and teach people about them. That you can feel the genuineness in your videos when it comes to that. So that's my take on that for new creators: is don't do the I want to make money thing, because you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
What would be yours to tell new creators?
Just not to give up. I think a lot of people think that their first video is going to be perfect, or that they have to be perfect. I think that as creators, we make a lot of mistakes, and the fact is it's never going to be perfect. Whatever, you can be the best video editor and you can show all this fancy B-roll, and your videos might never get any viewed or never be seen. It's good to know all that stuff, right? But at the same time, that's not what's going to make you successful on YouTube. At the end of the day, it's going to be your personality, getting the people getting to know you as a YouTuber, as a person. Again, don't go and spill your entire life out there, unless that's the type of channel that you're putting out, obviously, right? And there's people that do that. There's vloggers, and people are very successful at making those type of videos. I've actually starting to watch other types of videos because my parents watch them. I see people that doing like the RV life videos, or living in your van videos, which you'd be surprised. Those videos get so many views. It's ridiculous. But the fact is, these are people that are just trying to live their lives every single day, just like all of us, right? And I think they're getting down to the very basic, just of how they live their life, and people want to see that. And I'm not saying for you to go do that, right? But it's all about personality, what you give to your fans or followers or your new subscribers, and just go from there. You can learn how to make thumbnails or whatever, and I think that there's a lot of different ways of learning how to be successful on YouTube. You learn all that as you continue to grow on your channel, but at the end of the day, you just have to put out videos. Like if you're going to be wanting to get to that 1,000 subscriber threshold, learn the basics, learn how to do simple things, and try to implement it. Don't force it on your channel, but implement little things here and there so that people can be like, okay, he's not horrible at holding a camera or doing this. And again, don't get me wrong, I like that. I went to school and I learned a lot of stuff. That's why. So my background's going to be different from guys like Tito's or CV Tech or whoever, even Magic Tech. We're all going to have different styles on how we're producing videos and putting out content. I think Tito's like the perfect freaking podcaster ever. You know what I mean? He's like the podcaster that's on YouTube that I just want to listen to all the time. Which says something, because again, I don't have to see his face at all. All I have to do is just listen to him and what he's saying and how he's speaking and how passionate about what he's talking about. And I think it's crazy that all over the years, that we're still listening, and I'm still wanting more, even though I've known him for 10 years already. That when the times that he has left, I'm like bummed out every single time, because I'm like, oh man, and he knows I jump in on his videos when I can, when he's live, and I've been able to, luckily, now that I have a broken collarbone, and I've hopefully we'll see what my doctor says this coming week, but it's been enjoyable for me to be able to sit down and take the time to watch it while he's live, not just have to watch the repeat, because I can actually talk and mention things or chime in on the conversation, even if I'm not in on the stream myself. You know what I mean? So that's what you guys want to do. You want to just build a connection. Building connections with your audience, I think, is the most important thing at first. And I'm
Awesome.
passionate about it.
And so for that cringe moment here, so I've picked two videos from our past. So one is mine, one is yours.
Oh gosh.
And we're gonna react to those videos. We're gonna react to those videos. This is really showing you guys just how far we've come, right? So for a lot of you guys who's been avid followers of Big Tech Review and who's been followers of my channel, you guys envision the videos I drop and the videos he dropped today. You're gonna see videos of what we put out years ago. And you guys will see just how far our channels have grown, not just in numbers, but just also where our minds grown, how we evolved our channel into a lot of different things. So I'm gonna
Listen
drop
to
the
our
background
voices,
music.
by the way. Listen how we're talking in the videos.
Oh
I'm
yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be. I'm gonna try to do this. Hopefully, my internet can do it because like my internet's been acting so weird lately. So it's
Okay.
just like,
Well, if not, send me the links and I'll do a screen share on mine.
yeah,
Not that my internet's good either. So sorry guys, my dog is bugging the heck out of me. So got Chula in the house.
make sure I have the audio turned on. I don't want to like start playing the video and then there's
Yeah.
no audio.
Here, should I get my headphones on really quick? Also, 1 second.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I don't want there to be like an echo. That's why. So let me just change the thing here. 1 second. Okay, go ahead. You're good. Oh, good.
I'm gonna drop the chat. So
No, that's cool.
I'm gonna drop the chat. Let's see, where is it at? Oh yeah, this one. It's got ads because I don't have YouTube
Question.
Premium.
Would you build the website?
All right,
for a
I'm getting
major
paid.
with
Yes.
more than 2
You can skip
If
the
it
ad.
goes.
Build anything you want.
Yeah.
Oh, Wix. There you go. I mentioned something about that the other day on one of my live streams.
200 million users using Wix? Well, we did. Hype.
Yeah, let's skip that.
You can build your own website. Also, Kayla, too technical. So there you go. Oh, look at that intro.
Well, let's see if it goes, man. My internet's just being so wacky, so it's
Oh,
struggling.
yeah. I would
It
change
is-
the video quality to maybe like 360 if anything, because I mean they're not going to notice either way. So see
let's
where
see.
you're at
Oh.
on your settings. No, you didn't move it. Oh my goodness. Hi guys, this is Mike with VM Reviews, and today I'm going to do a special unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy S2 by Boost Mobile. Now, luckily, And I I
still
was
have the
able
same bag.
to get this phone. I wouldn't want to say for free. It's actually a review unit that Virgin Mobile sent me per request. So I want to thank the PR and marketing department of Virgin Mobile for sending me this unit for me to review. So stay tuned and continue watching the unboxing. Look at that 4G.
Hey guys, Mike with VM Reviews,
Yep.
and this is the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy S2 by Virgin Mobile. Now, as
Look at that
stated
box, by the way.
earlier,
Yeah.
oops,
I hated that
rip this thing's
box.
off. Luckily, I have scissors. As stated earlier, this is actually a review unit.
That is dangerous, people. Don't do what
Virgin
Mike's doing
Mobile
here
sent
with
me.
cutting up boxes.
Yeah.
So I want to continue.
I
and
almost
thank,
cut myself.
Lorena from the PR and
It looked
marketing
like it,
department
I'm worried for you.
from
I should've
Virgin
just-
Mobile USA for sending me this unit to try out.
This is
And
probably the
I
one thing
actually
I got
get to
the most
activate
complaints
this
about the
phone,
most
so-
back in the day.
So that's good for me because I usually don't ever get to activate the phones because I end up spending more money than I have to, and I cannot get this box open for the life of me.
You know what's funny? I still have that same pair of
Yeah,
scissors.
well-
It's right here, by the way.
No
guys.
That's alright.
Oh my god.
Right freaking here.
Just rip
Same
that part off
scissors.
really quick.
Wow.
I think they used to belong to
Let's
my
take a look at the phone
ex-girlfriend.
really quick before I take it out of the
Oh,
box.
wow.
There.
There
This
it
one
is.
is the white version. And
Oh yeah, that's right. It was
as
a
you
white
can see there,
variant
it's
he
got a
had too.
4.52 Super AMOLED
Pimpin'.
plus touchscreen. You could use this phone as a mobile hotspot to connect up to 8 devices, and it has an 8 megapixel camera, and it runs off the Sprint's 3G and 4G WiMAX network where available. So depending on
the
your area of
WiMAX
coverage, you're gonna get either
Yeah,
3 or
WiMAX
4G.
is so crappy.
And where I live, it's only a 3G.
Yeah, at the time
area,
I only
but
had 3G in my
this is
area, so I didn't even
Still
get
a good
4G
phone
connection
to
back then.
have, even though
Yeah, it was
Sprint
same
was
for me
so
here.
even though
Yeah.
out of the box it's
Sprint was so bad.
even though I only have 3G in my area. So.
This
All
is
right, as you can see here, let me
this is so nostalgic
take
seeing
out
that
the plastic
that
here.
cardboard.
Very
called-
beautiful phone.
Sir Branson, Sir
This
Richard
is the
Branson.
second Samsung device I have, and
I never called that
it
number. I never
feels really
tried.
good in the hand. I've never had it or worked
I
with
tried,
the
it went to
Galaxy S2
voicemail.
before, and this is one of Virgin Mobile's higher end phones besides the Galaxy S Victory. So very beautiful build. It feels really good in the hand.
That was my first,
And it
like,
still has the plastic-
I guess
still has the
OLED
plastic
phone
covers
or what do you
also,
call it?
so
AMOLED.
let's take a look
Yeah.
on the inside and see what it's got.
We know what it has on the inside. Come on,
It
Mike.
says, call Sir Richard at 646-587-4844.
Let's
You
do
got
it.
a-
Let's call
So
let's call him
you can
live.
do that. Here's the user manual. that it comes with. Your basic guide, I guess. A lot of people don't ever look at that, so and neither do I. Comes with terms of service
I remember
booklet.
those things.
It comes with phone insurance policy information.
Recycle
I
your
never-
Comes
phone.
with the plastic
I
bag so
never
you can
use that-
recycle
those
your old
bags.
phone by just putting the phone in and
Yeah.
dropping it off at your local mailbox. And here's the security tag for it. All right, let's take a look what it comes outside
Oh
of the
my
box. It comes with Samsung's battery. I think this battery is an 1800 milliamp battery.
Oh
Let
my
me
gosh,
confirm that
1800
really
milliamp.
quick.
I
I think it
know,
was
right?
2000.
If I can get this out of the package here.
That would last like an hour in today's world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, if you can see there on the
I
bottom.
was kind of blind back then.
And excuse the blurriness, but it's an 1800 milliamp battery.
I forget what I was using
by
to film. I don't know if I was using a digital
So
camera
let's take a look
or
at that, and whatever else comes in the package is just the
Oh.
charging and the micro USB charging data cable. So let me
cringe.
get this moved over.
Oh
Let me
goodness.
rearrange myself a little so I can
The things that we would work
Um,
with back in the day, we
sit
work
up
with what
here.
we had.
Little unboxing
take
table
off
of
the back
mine.
cover.
You know how
I no
the
longer
table
have
like
that.
that?
Here we go.
Not
That
anymore.
used to,
Like that. And as
he used to
can see here,
unbox
this phone does
Virgin
have
Mobile phones. I don't know if you remember him,
expandable micro
Funzier
USB,
One.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
expandable memory right
Yeah.
there. So, you can, if the memory is an issue for you, you can always
Oh, okay. What happened?
Oh,
Oh, we're getting a little
My
bit of
kids.
lag.
we're fighting. We're fighting.
expand the
There
memory
it
with a
goes.
micro USB or micro SD card. There you go. Let's turn the sucker on.
Man, I was so skinny back then, man. Look, I'm still skinny compared to then, but
Beautiful
I'm
screen. It's a
I'm probably about
4.5,
20 pounds heavier, 25 pounds.
Super AMOLED screen, and right here you can see that it comes with a front-facing.
Oh, I
camera.
remember
think
that
this is
jingle.
actually a 2-megapixel front-facing camera. I'm gonna have to
Look at that.
go
That's a
over
fancy looking
a
phone,
little
man.
bit of that in the specs.
Oh yeah.
And I know a little
I really
more
like the
about this
background.
phone. But as you can see here, beautiful screen quality. Oh my god, the screen quality is just amazing. As you can see
Yep.
there, it's trying to look up 4G.
It would still look pretty
I do
sharp
not
back
have
in the day.
4G, so let's take a look.
Yeah.
It's trying to pick up 4G signal.
That is still one of my
There you go.
favorite phones, just because how many
gonna
custom
activate
ROMs
this
I
one
flashed
for you
on it
guys,
till I
so-
killed it.
The epic
We'll
4G touch.
We'll
yeah.
try doing that really quick. I don't want to make this unboxing video too long. Here you go, let me almost knock down
gosh.
my tripod there.
I don't even remember what I was working with back then. Like I really wish I
As you
didn't
can see
see
their
camera.
beautiful screen. Excuse the glare.
The quality looks good though.
Hands-free.
I think it was a 720p camera that I had bought, but it was
There's
a
no
Samsung
physical
camera.
camera button, so keep that in mind. Your power button's right here on the side. You got your 3.5 millimeter phone jack up top there.
Which is rare today.
All right, congratulations. The device has been activated.
Oh, there you go.
It's okay.
Yeah, they sent it activated already, so I didn't have to
This is
do
a 4G
anything.
phone, but I do not have 4G in my area.
Nice.
So fortunately, I'll be able to.
Look at that
use,
green,
I
the green
guess
little
the
battery bar
4G
on top.
speeds that Sprint has to offer.
Oh yeah,
Or
man.
Virgin Mobile for that matter, but
How we were so spoiled back
It's
then. Now
updating
we're
PPRL.
we have to suffer with white and black.
on the side is your volume rockers, and on the back, of course, you get
I remember when the colors were like blue.
and with your 8-megapixel camera and flash.
Oh yeah, back
Looking
then.
phone.
Look at that. Back then, I gave away the phone number on the phone. I was like, send me a message or kick me. I would actually talk
Did
to
you get
people on
access?
Kick Messenger. Yeah, I would.
Really?
Well,
There
let's
would
see
be.
if I can get this. To
Yeah.
check the firmware and all that.
I was like,
You're
how many
brave,
tests?
man.
Yeah, no, I didn't care. I was like, whatever. I gave away my. I made like a
But yeah.
Kick Messenger account just for my YouTube, so I can.
No firmware
chat with
update
people.
is available. Boo.
But then back then, people weren't as crazy
Alright,
as they
as you
were
can
right
see,
now.
this
So
one
this
is
is you
Yeah.
getting like
unbox your
some random
device.
person's dick pic was like
Device will reboot.
slim to
Yeah.
none.
Go ahead and reboot.
Or being stalked.
As you can see there on top,
Yeah.
it had a proximity
There's like a
sensor
little-
light, so
Little
anytime you
notification
get
light up there.
notifications
Oh yeah, I remember
to
that.
your phone.
Yep,
It's
those
gonna-
were the good old days, man. When phones
It's
had
gonna light
little,
up. and
little
it's a
lights
blue
on them.
light.
Yep. Notification lights, headphone jack,
Once
removable
again, I'll
battery.
thank Virgin Mobile for sending me this review unit. So keep an eye out, guys, as I.
And now my
look
5-star
forward to
security alarms are
reviewing this
going off,
phone.
my
Okay.
dogs.
Thanks for watching.
Okay,
Please
I thought that
subscribe.
was me. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Keep in mind, guys, I was using Windows Movie Maker to edit these videos. Okay.
So was I. So
Yeah.
was I.
Back then on Windows, I think it was Windows 7, and I don't remember. Like, I just remember like I would steal a lot of the music from like some games that I would play, but I would only use small clips. I don't know. Probably now would be it hasn't been demonetized yet, so I mean, I guess
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was interesting to watch.
Yeah, and you know the best part, everybody like that's on here watching. The best part about controlling a live stream is that I don't have to show mine. I'm like,
All good. Yeah.
no, I'm gonna show mine.
Mine was cringe though.
No, mine's well, I guess I don't know. I'm trying to find a good one. Well, you know what? Actually, where is it at?
And that's
I have
because the
a
video that I had is that one probably got like 50,000 views or something like that. It had a good amount of views.
Yeah. I said there's one I'm looking for where like I got a lot of hate on it because the way I was dressed, like yeah, I mean this was like years ago. It was the LG Stylo 2 versus the LG G Stylo. But like I had like my red frame glasses on. I had a necklace that was given to me as a gift when I went back to Hawaii to visit family. And I was wearing a tank top, and I get the most hate on that. It had nothing to do with the phone. It had to do with the way I was dressed. And I'm trying to find that video, but I got like so much videos, and I'm looking at all of them like holy crap. I know one person believes I'm a vampire because I guess I don't like. It looks like I don't age, and I gotta tell people I do age. I'm feeling it. I'm gonna be 40.
Yeah, I have a hat on, but like you can see all the gray hairs that I have compared to back then, and a receding hairline compared to 10 years ago as well. You know, but I just cut my hair recently also, so my hair's kind of short right now. That's why I put the hat on. I was like, nope.
Dude, this is like so nostalgic. I'm trying to find that video so I can play it, but it's also nostalgic because I'm looking at like all the thumbnails, and I'm seeing thumbnails of Hangouts on Air.
Oh yeah,
when
I
I used to
remember
live stream on that.
Yeah, back then when YouTube would let you do that, but you couldn't see like it wouldn't allow you to like do live chats. I think back in the day. Or maybe
Yeah, that was so crazy, man. Like, and you know what? It had so much potential, and like when they got rid of it, and they were like, you're gonna be able to natively live stream from YouTube. That was one promise that YouTube broke to us. They said that they would allow a multi people streaming.
Yeah.
They've never brought it.
Yeah,
Never.
It's been how many years, and you think that they would have done it by now?
Yeah, I think they dropped it in like what 2015 or.
Believe me, if YouTube had that feature, the features like or streaming services like StreamYard and Restream would be gone, and like they wouldn't exist because you wouldn't need them.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
But I think those services like pay YouTube probably, or I'm sure Google has them in their wallet.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah,
they definitely have to. Where the hell is this video? Like, how many?
Come on, I thought you had the video ready already, man. Come on, you're letting me down.
I had another one I was going to show, which was just like a quick live stream where it was my daughter's birthday because I was going to bring her in here to show like how much she's grown. But then I was like, wait, I have another one, my most hated one. But then my internet's slow, like right now, because actually what I'm using is the T-Mobile home internet thing. That's what I'm using, which is actually surprisingly good. But I have one daughter on the PS4 playing Fortnite online right now, and then the Nintendo Switch, my son is on it, and he's in the same game playing Fortnite. So they're gaming right now, which is like throwing it all off, and I'm just like, oh, this internet needs to catch up loading these videos. It's somewhere. If not, I'm just gonna pick the goofiest looking one I'm in. But I don't have to be close because I have the LG G Stylo in most of these videos. I was like doing like, damn, I was doing like 5, 6 videos on the G Stylo. Like, that's consistency.
I've never owned a stylo phone, by the way, just for those people that are curious. I've never nope, I've never even had a phone with like a stylus, like a built-in stylus. So that's one thing that I was hoping that TCL would send me the stylus 5G, but they didn't have enough review units, so I was one that was left out. Unfortunately,
that's crap.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm still in contact with TCL, so no complaints there. Like they still email me about news and stuff like that. So there's still communication there.
TCL, if you watch this, give him the damn stylus. Like, come on.
No, I mean they did send me. They sent me the the 35G, which is this phone right here, and I did an unboxing of it like the week after I broke my collarbone. but I haven't really been able to do any videos on it because, again, broken collarbone. Like, it's been very hard for me to get out and go out and do things. That's why. I am driving again, though, so we'll see. I might put out a video. If it's not too hot, maybe I'll try to go take pictures and get some video footage with that device soon, because I want people to see the camera quality on that at least.
You know, I was going to pick this video because I kind of look funny in this.
It's more than 7 years old, just pick it, because like we got to see how bad they are. We got to see how bad they are.
My
videos
let me get it up here on the screen for everybody to see it. I got it picked. I paused it real quick.
Golly,
and man,
that video that we watched right now was cringe, by the way. Like, just the way how I was talking, and I was just like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if my newer videos are like that. I hope they're not. But the way my voice was projecting, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay, guys, this is the Samsung Galaxy S2, and thanks Virgin Mobile for sending me out this phone. I don't know what I'm talking about. Do we have 4G in my area? I'm not 100%. That's how I was talking. So I'm just like, wow, like you can tell the difference.
The one thing I caught from your videos in the very, very beginning, I don't know if Virgin Mobile caught it.
Yeah, I said Boost
Mobile.
Yeah, but you know what? You know what's funny about that? Before we go into your video, no one ever said anything. I don't even like, maybe people in the comment section, but the person like that sent me the phone, I've said it in past videos. They never once. I would send them emails when I uploaded videos. They never once sent me like emails back saying like, "Oh, good job on the video," or anything like like that. So I got a lot of hate.
By the way, you said Bruce in the beginning, and we're actually Virgin Mobile.
Oops. Okay, 1 second. Hold on, my dog's croaking over here. 1 second.
We'll wait for
yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm still here.
Hey, okay, Mom.
But yeah, this video I chosen for mine, I feel like it's pretty cringe. I'm looking at myself and like
1 second.
I'm
sorry, my dog's like croaking. She's having a heart attack over. Okay.
Oh no. Take your time, bro. Don't worry about it. We're all here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the first video we showed. And I chose that video
One
because
second. Let me turn the camera back on, and then we'll get going. I need to put my earpiece back. My dog started having like a panic attack or something like that. Yeah,
oh wow.
Yeah, no, she does that from time to time. I love that.
Oh my god, man! I was just like, I know I got a comment on this one that someone said I was trying to be like Linkin Park. But
I miss when you would wear those beads. By the way, I was like, oh, that was like your trademark thing back in the day.
Yeah, and I still have them. And it's funny because that well, it wasn't that one. It was the other one that had the turtle. But the video that I was trying to find that had the most hate, they hated on that necklace with the turtle. But
they're like, hey, what's up, Android? Today we're gonna take a look.
Oh my god, dude!
Offered by Boost Mobile. We're gonna take a look at the ZTE Warp Elite.
I like the
I love that
style and ZTE Max. Now this is not the newer Max, or the Max Plus is what it's called. This is the original Max. However, I'll be making reference.
That's the phone I got robbed for at gunpoint.
Because both of them nearly have the same specs, except that the Max Plus has more internal storage, more RAM, and it's on Lollipop. Whereas
and it's funny because where I'm shooting this video at, like the apartment I had 3 bedrooms, and so one of them I made into my own office.
Processing chip.
Oh wow, okay.
So let's jump right into my thoughts and opinions between these 3. I had
ringtone.
Let's jump
that
right
always
into
happens to me. Someone calls when I'm shooting a video.
Fabulous. So let's start off with the
Look at all those phones.
A couple things I can say about the G Stylo. Now, some people are probably going to disagree because it's been a wishy-washy experience with several people, including myself. But I honestly can say that I've had a great experience with the G Stylo. I know, shocker. Some people are going to be like, it's like really crappy. And, I really don't know what happened. This is probably one of the devices.
That's probably like my biggest problem with any video I do. I talk fast.
Because they made 2 different variants. So there's a higher spec variant, which is the GSM version of it. The CDMA version is weaker in every way. And I think it caused for a bad experience for those that were on the sprints. But I have to say that I was lucky enough not to experience a lot of the things that people were naming out was happening with their G Stylo. Namely,
10 points to the person in the chat that comes up with the best roast about me right now.
I haven't had that issue really with the G Stylo at all whatsoever. But then again, I'm probably not running as much apps as everyone else is. But you know, on the fact that it's got a built-in stylus,
I was
but it
like,
doesn't have like the same features that
ADHD
have,
right there.
the Galaxy Note
I looked
series.
at the stylus like,
But it's
oh
still
wait, I
nice
gotta
to
show
have
this.
that.
I pulled it up.
So 5.7 inch display on it. The display is actually quite nice.
I miss those buttons on the back.
I kind of dig
LG.
it, and
Yeah.
the
Stacia's still
UI
here. Hello,
itself
I
is
remember these when I was
nice
working.
and clean.
And the Fukushima necklace, yeah.
Nothing too
I still have it
overbearing,
somewhere
too
around here.
preachy. Call quality on it is actually pretty good. Battery life is tremendously well on it with a 3,000 milliamp.
I was using tremendous before Sneed.
This is on March.
There we go.
6.0. It does have DOS.
It's
and
tremendous.
Kind of help out with it on standby time. The battery life is tremendously well on it.
There I go again with it.
So that's for that.
I'm gonna start using that in my videos.
The Warblade, I gotta say,
Tremendous.
really, really, really well devised. Yes, it only had the 5.5 inch display.
I love
instead of
that
5.7
phone.
inch display.
The Warp
But,
Elite.
still, it's pretty.
I thought it looked
phone.
dope with the black
Nice
and gold.
narrow, and the curves make it very really nice to hold. The construction itself is quite nice. A little bit unique in a way because I don't know if you guys see very well, but you guys can see that the screen right there in the corner, it's like they laid it
It's
on
a
top
fat
of this
phone,
round
man.
thing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how the screen is placed with the borders and edges and whatnot. But
I regret
color
it.
accents
I regret the
very
screen
well.
being
It is
raised
running
up on it because that's how it
5.1.1
cracked.
Lollipop. So
Oh,
that
man.
it's not on the latest version. It doesn't have Marshmallow. It hasn't gotten Marshmallow. But
Marshmallow.
hopefully, maybe sometime this year it will.
What was
Who
that?
knows?
Android 6, right?
But battery life is actually pretty well.
It was on
This device
Lollipops
lasts
on Android
good amount of
5.1.1.
time.
Oh, okay.
But
no removable battery.
it never got.
on
I don't think it
this,
ever got
so,
Marshmallow.
Yeah,
We're waiting
you're
for
gonna have
that
to use like a
Marshmallow
power
update.
bank, if you guys want to keep it juiced up all the time. And 13 megapixel rear facing camera, 5 megapixel front facing camera, which I didn't mention on the G Stylo has a 5.
Believe it or not,
megapixel
people in the
camera
chat,
and 8 megapixel rear
the
facing
way I
camera.
used to
G
be able to
Stylo,
memorize
the
specs for the
Elite
phones that I
has,
have,
more
in my
pixels,
old age now,
higher,
I have to have a cheat sheet. I can't remember it like I used to, like that, where I can
Yeah.
just
for
say
the
it off the
cameras,
top of my head.
but doesn't always.
Yeah, I
necessarily
write
mean
it
that it's
down,
going
or I
to
have
take
like a
the greatest
screen
pictures, which I will demo
that
some
has
photos
the
that I took from
information.
it. I really have
Yep.
to say, with 16 gigs of onboard storage and 2 gigs of RAM,
16
this
gigs of
phone
onboard storage,
flies
man. That's
stellar
not gonna pass
Dang.
today.
Performance-wise, does very, very well.
No, definitely
I
not.
have to say this is probably one of my favorite phones, for favorite phablets.
Phablets. That's a term we don't use anymore.
And
That
so moving on to the last one here, we
that's
have the
gone.
ZTE Boost Max, aka just the ZTE Max. Now, this was my first phablet I've ever owned on Boost Mobile, and I
Phablet.
have to say it was quite nice, a good run.
8 gigs of internal storage on that one.
As far as
Oh
it
my
went.
gosh.
So like right now, I do have it on Freedom Pop. I was able to activate this on Freedom Pop. So
Wow, Freedom
yeah.
Pop.
service on
Does
there.
that even
Yeah.
exist anymore?
Be like a backup phone.
Oh my
It
God.
still does.
Always be on.
Oh
It still
my
surprisingly
God.
does.
And I'm running a custom launcher on here, so I'm not running the stock launcher. But I believe this is a 1 megapixel front-facing camera and an
1
8 megapixel
megapixel.
rear-facing camera. Battery life tremendously well. The battery
There
life
it
of
is
the phone
again.
lasts
Hashtag tremendous in the chat.
very,
I
very,
love the
very
cases, by the way.
well. I have to say, build
Oh
quality.
yeah, man. They had some
is,
dope cases back in the
quite
day on
stellar. It's not
Amazon,
made out of
and
metal. It
they
does
were
look like
cheap.
it. If I was to pop the case off this,
Yeah, like under 10
have
bucks.
like this gray and
Yeah.
metallic silver.
That case right there, I
Um,
think was
color, but
$8.99.
It's plastics,
Yep.
not metal at all whatsoever. No removable battery. 8 gigs of internal storage, only 1 gig of RAM. So yeah, it made for having some really, really tough times if you were going to install any more applications than just your basic stuff. Like if you were going to run games and things like that, you would
Mm-mm.
definitely have a very bad time with that.
Yeah.
The more
Oh my
memory
I ran
was
bad
eaten
things
up,
on it.
and just the internal memory, not the RAM, just the internal memory, the more laggy the phone got. So popping it out of its case right now, if you're wondering. But
Oh my god, the hair, dude! It
Anyway,
looks
here you
like
go.
I had like
Here's what it
a
looked like with that
TNT
case on.
blowout from the back of
Um,
my head. It was just all
and
spiked back.
the Max Plus is a all gold. I mean, it still has the 2 plastic points up here and then here, but it's all gold. And the Max Plus has 16 gigs of onboard storage with 2 gigs of RAM, so it's spec'd identically to the ZTE Warp Elite. With the, I believe it's the
Oh, yeah,
Snapdragon
Stacia, I remember
410
that.
processor, while this has the
You buy them from the
64 Pro,
stores,
I
they'd be
believe.
like 5 times the amount. Would you buy them on Amazon?
So,
Oh, yeah.
a bit of things, but it still runs tremendously well.
As you guys can see, I'm recording from my laptop.
And I really don't have much of a complaint to the Max, other than it's not on the latest and greatest, and it doesn't have a quad core chip. It has a dual core.
Ooh, those dual
so
core chips. Oh my
processing
god.
power is a lot weaker.
Yeah.
With the Max.
I think it was the S Pro chip
So anyways,
from Qualcomm.
yeah.
It was dual core.
You know, we're going to take a look at some pictures right now. I took some pictures with these devices. And so I'm kind of winging it, if you guys can tell. I don't know how this video planned out. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to show you guys a couple of still pics so you guys can see the differences between all three cameras. And then I'll go into my final thoughts about each device and close this video out.
As you can tell,
the first photo
I was using Windows Movie Maker.
Camera of the ZTE Max. Looks pretty good.
I still have that.
Here's the selfie camera.
Okay, yeah, there's the cringe of the entire thing.
Do good indoors, kind of.
I was like a criminal on the run.
I've never owned one of those little Android guys, by the way. Never.
All right.
Yeah, I have 3 of them.
This is the selfie camera.
That was my daughter's bike in the back.
Little hazy glare to it when you.
She's probably like a teenager now.
This is the ZTE.
Yeah, she's gonna be 12 this September.
And finally, we have the front-facing camera, selfie camera of the ZTE Warp Elite.
Okay, that was.
Oh, there's an ad coming.
Oh, really?
This is a real B&H customer story.
All right, B&H.
Step man to B&H to take her photography to the next level.
Click those ads, guys. Oh, me.
So there you guys pretty much have it. Technically, you know, having.
Why is it? Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to redeem anything.
Megapixels
no, you don't want to sign up for
always going to
premium.
have the greatest experience with cameras. I didn't take any outdoor photo shots. You know, I just wanted to kind of just compare what they would be like indoor if you were to take pictures indoors. And to me, honestly, I feel like the front-facing camera on the ZTE Max, to me, was a little bit better, a little bit more vibrant in color. The G Stylo's rear-facing camera pretty much took the cake for rear-facing.
Yeah, the G Stylo's camera was really, really good.
The colors in the picture came out, you know, quite vivid and nice, not overly saturated, but just
there's that
nice,
word,
you know,
saturated.
But it's not, you know, going to compete
Tremendous,
against
guys.
like
It's tremendous.
or anything like that.
Tremendously
Like,
saturated.
more stellar.
Tremendous,
photos and
phablet,
whatnot. So,
saturated. We're gonna bring those
all
terms
three
back.
flagships,
Yeah, let's bring them
I have
back.
3 of them.
Start the hashtags on those.
You know, I really can't say for the Max Plus because I don't own it in hand, and I was gonna buy it, but I decided not to. So, and I'm still not going to.
I hated the chair that I was using.
The Max Plus.
It was
has
so
got to have the
squeaky.
equivalence
Thought I
of
farted on a video.
Warp Elite
And it was like
minus
trying to
the
hide it or
cameras,
something,
because
dude.
I
I was
think on
like,
that one, the camera
and I
was still the
responded
same,
like it was my
50
chair. They're like, yeah, you don't have to, fake it, bro. We're human. I'm like, dude, no, seriously.
Around that point, but the Max, still one of my top phones, but very outpowered by today's standard budget devices. So dual core processing makes for slow processing when you're going to be running games and stuff like that. But if you're going to do like, you know, social media, social networking, then it'll run just fine. Except if you have Facebook on here,
not anymore.
Bog the phone down. So yeah, this is pretty much like dead last. The G Stylo running in second. The reason why I say that is, while it does have 6.0 Marshmallow, and you know, it looks pretty good. Responds very well. Just the fact that it has low storage, and the fact that LG decided to make this one weaker spec than its twin, that's the GSM version, and it doesn't have NFC, which its twin does.
I gotta correct that because the Metro version didn't have NFC.
Experience, but still outperforms the ZTE Max.
You heard it here first, guys. No NFC.
Second, and of course, my top phablet would be the ZTE Warp Elite. Beautifully constructed phone.
That thing was insanely. If I still had it, I would love to review it again.
Expandable memory, 2 gigs of RAM helps push applications.
But phones in those days, they had a lot going for it.
Battery, but you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, I got power banks. You know.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Power
Being extra.
So
I'm being fucking extra right now.
Power bank in the backpack or in my pocket, whatever. It's not really going to kill me. Plus, the battery life lasts pretty long.
Oh my god.
You know, it doesn't.
Yeah, I got a
have
few
the
power
greatest
banks sitting
cameras,
around.
Even though it's supposed to, 13 megapixel rear facing camera, 5 megapixel front facing camera, you wanted to take like some really good shots.
Sometimes I just didn't know when to shut up and end the video.
You should get stellar pictures. The pictures that I showed were just like if you were to pull your camera out hit the shot and take your photo, right? Like you're not actually gonna sit there and
I
hold
would
someone
always feel
touches
like that I
everything
didn't
to get a
explain
very
things
first
well,
shot.
which is why
That's
I
what
was
happened here.
like
So yeah,
explaining things
first,
3 times.
second, third.
Yeah,
That's
no,
my
repeating
thoughts
yourself
about
is not
these
an
three
easy thing to
phablets offered
not
by
do
Boost
on
Mobile.
YouTube.
You guys can find them at boostmobile.com
Yep.
if you guys are interested in them. Yeah, so that's it for today's video, guys. If you guys
All right.
enjoyed it, let me know by leaving me that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Click that subscribe button. It's that way on the mobile app. And that about does it.
The
You'll
mobile
see
app.
me in the next one, guys.
The
Bye.
the mobile app. You better download that mobile app because that's where people use it the most. You really need to
Yeah.
revisit the hair. By the way, I think you can still pull it off in 2022.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that,
you
but
should do like a throwback.
I want to. But I think I'm gonna look for someone that just has it to sell. I don't care if it doesn't have battery that lasts long. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
activate it and use it, but I just want to. The thing about that phone, and I think the reason that I really, really liked that phone, I mean, if anyone goes through my old videos and looks at all the Warp Elite videos I did, I really had a lot of good things to say about it. And I think one of the biggest things when it came to the camera, it was one of the phones that I've owned that when you go into the stock camera, it had filters, like it had native filters in it.
Pre-Snapchat,
Crazy.
by the way, probably.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, we're hitting we hit 2 hours.
Damn, we had 2 hours. Yeah, it's nap time.
I'm gonna call it now. So everybody, I just want to say this, and the reason that I chose B-Tech Reviews to be on here with me to talk about over a decade of content creating is that, and I'm not putting down anybody else. So John from Magic Tech Review, don't get butthurt. RJ, don't get butthurt. I'm just saying this. The longest person I've known on YouTube that has run their channel concurrent with mine has been this man. And I feel like that, generally a big push is needed, because when I said before, and I never really actually detailed it, but when I wanted to quit YouTube earlier this year, end of last year, and I was saying that there was, those people that I know that can carry it on, you are the person I was talking about, that I know that would make content and showcase things in what I consider to be the right way and not do it for all the wrong reasons. So I generally thank you for joining me today and giving up some of your time to hang out with us, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me on. And, I know we had been trying to plan this, earlier this week. And, again, I'm glad that I'm able to be home and do this with you. And, of course, we'll have many more, live streams in the future, whether it be me on your channel or you on mine. Of course, I know you got that 9 to 5 job during the week, right? So I know you're busy during the week. Sometimes I know you're more available on the weekends. And, it's just about communication, right? But also looking forward to that, I don't know if you want me to mention it, that other under wraps project that you have. But in any case, if we can talk about that later. We can talk that later. But anywho, guys, again, continue to watch his channel, whether he decides to leave and come back, whatever, whatever he wants to do, again, he's a grown adult. He can leave YouTube whenever he wants, and he can come back whenever he wants. Also, same for me. I don't make videos every single day. Don't get mad about it.
Yeah,
we're human beings. We're human beings.
But y'all have been cool. Subscribe to his channel. I put the link into the description to his channel for those that are new. Please subscribe to him. I mean, if you want it, just straight, no bullshit, and straight out review, unbiased, then yeah, you gotta subscribe to B-Tech Reviews. And then also very interesting tech items you come across too. It's not always phones.
Oh yeah. I actually had a few pairs of headphones that I need to unbox that are just kind of sitting over there. So keep an eye out on the channel for that. I'll be doing a few unboxings coming up this week, probably.
Yep. Awesome. All right, guys. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Early. Happy 4th of July. Be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Please have like a designated driver to take you guys home. I want to see you guys on next Saturday's podcast. So, be responsible. But until then, as always,